I love you more than anything in the entire universe. Oh, baby, I love you so more than anything in the entire universe. More than any living being or existence. You are everything for me. Okay, this is part 2 of my. I had to help Kenny get into the van. He likes to sit in the van during the day with the 2 doors open. That way he can see what's going on here, if the chipmunk comes by, or the western gray, or the stellar jays, and he likes to see the animals out there and smell the plants, and there somebody is chainsawing, which is not cool. I do not like that sound. So anyway, I put my 2 avocado trees, which grow from scratch, by the way, because we do composting. I put them out here now, and they seem to be very happy. This one is leaning against another plant. They seem to like this, and eventually I'm gonna be planting them into this field here. And I have lavender and rosemary as well, and I have blackberries, and they are delicious. I can't reach it, my arms are too short. Okay. Mmm, delicious. So anyway, I think this is a very important subject. People. Okay, what I wanted to okay, people are in a prison, and David Foster Wallace, I listen to him at night, and to the other Davids, and Judah Krishnamurti, and S.N. Goenka, and other chants, and different wonderful things that I downloaded before they cut that off, and so that was pretty cool. So anyway, I got it here in this tablet. And David Foster Wallace, it was the best interview there is, with a German interviewer lady who was asking amazing, fantastic questions that really cut to the core of things. I haven't seen anyone else ask these questions, as a matter of fact. Most people will avoid those type of questions, because she wanted to know what he is feeling about when he mentioned the term existential loneliness. And it was a wonderful, amazing discussion, and she was also, it was a conversation more than an interview, which he requested, and I would like that too. I would prefer that too. So I would prefer if I was the interviewer, and I would prefer it if I was the interviewed. So anyway, the interviewed is the interviewer. The interviewer is the interviewed, if I was to talk about this to Jiddu Krishnamurti. But anyway, David Foster Wallace said that sardonic humor comes from a mental state of equivalent to a bird who has become loving, accepting of his own golden cage. And I see that with people in denial, and there are a lot of people in denial, and my focus right now is particularly on women like my mother, who are living completely in a cloud sand castle type of structure that is a completely split type of thing. Very, very much in the direction of schizophrenia, of split personality. And all of this is a coping mechanism. That's all it is. It's not mental illness where you need to ban someone into a sanatorium. No, there's really no such thing as mental illness if we look at it from that angle. Because what is mental illness? Those are bizarre and accumulated coping mechanisms that people develop over time. And those are mechanisms of splitting away from that what really is, from the recognition of the truth. You know, for example, and this is what my focus is on right now, because of my own development, I have never been a fan of this coping mechanism of my mother. I've always seen it, I've always known that this is denial, and this is a split from the truth. As a child, I wanted a mother with big breasts that represented warmth and nourishment and protection. And so my mother is a very skinny person, and she also supported that. She wanted it that way. She wanted to be this. And then I saw that my dad has artwork by different people. You know, that comes from that era of Twiggy, the photo model. Like, that was really during the 60s. That was really en vogue at that time. And it started this whole anorexia movement, which is still leaping into today, but I see it now starting to deconstruct little by little. Thank goodness. But I still see a lot of photographers and fashion designers are exploiting this and making girls think that they have to be really, really thin. So, but fatter models are now coming into the picture, which is a whole lot healthier. So, because that whole thin movement also, it creates very unhealthy eating disorders in both directions. It's not a balanced thing. See, if we accepted fat, oh, there is the deer. Oh, there is. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. Oh my gosh, I show you. I don't know if you see it. I don't know if you see it, but there is the deer. There's the deer looking at me. Oh, that is so cute. Oh, hi. You blend right in. You blend right in. Oh, hi. Are you listening? You are listening. You honest existence. You are listening to me. You honest being. Yes, you are doing very well being a deer. Yes, that is so much more straightforward and honest. Yes, that is so cool. Is that? Hi, hi, Bumpy baby. Hi, I love you. Yes, maybe I can go towards them very slowly. They're afraid here because this is not a good area. So there is the baby. Hi, Mama dear. Hi. How are you? How is the Mama dear doing? You're eating something? That is good. We leave a lot of grasses out there for them. Mama dear, in front of that sagebrush. Hi. Hi, Mama dear. How are you doing? How are you doing? How nice to meet you. Yes, how nice to meet you. You beautiful being. You beautiful being, you. Yes, I love you. This is safe place here. This is paradise. Yes, we make a little paradise here for you to be safe. No one is gonna hunt you here. And you can eat all you want. all you can eat. You can eat all the flowers. There's a flower buffet and all the dandelion leaves and this beautiful the string beans with the purple flowers, beautiful. So some sort of wild string beans growing there. It's so nice. Yes, hi, I love you. I love you. You don't have to be afraid. No, you don't have to be afraid at all. This is such a great life. Yes, to be a deer. This is so nice. It is being in the flow, being in the now, is that. And you eat and you breathe and you feel all kinds of things and you see all kinds of things in the realm of the beyond. And because you're in the flow, you are not bound to memories and you're not bound to customs or anything. It's the customs that actually make us become detached from the beyond, from the everything, yeah, from all the realms that are having their hands into this realm. So that's another thing I also wanted to talk about. Pattern recognition. Only people can do pattern recognition who are tuned in. If your mind is still and if you're attentive, if you're very attentive, then the animals trust you and they can feel it. They can feel that you have good intentions. And you can see patterns in the grass. I have a friend who is able to do this too, and she sent me photos of it. And there was definitely there were the shapes of animals, kind of like, like in the Arnold Schwarzenegger movies when one soldier makes himself invisible and he wanders through the forest and you just see some kind of greenish outline, some kind of like a jelly type of outlining, but it's transparent. That's how that's how Lana and I see patterns in structures like grass or like a rug or like a tree or a wallpaper or also here like the cement that weathers, and then you start to see some patterns in it and shapes, and these patterns, they become very communicative. So people on LSD are able to detect this. But when someone is not ready yet to take that step to see this, then this experience can become very frightening because it turns your customized worldview upside down. We are not living just in a three-dimensional world. Okay, there are other realms out there, and that is absolutely sure. And the animals, they know it, they feel it, they live in that, because they don't have that human defense mechanism, the ego, which is the ego. Yeah. The ego is the customs. The ego is the norms that people have created, so they can hide behind it and hold on to it so that they feel like they are not falling through that grid and become terrified, or it feels like death actually. That's what Judy Krishnamurti is talking about. What is death? Is it just death of an organism, or does it go much further? And so those are the deep depths that I go into every day. And if I didn't have that, I would not even be able to exist on this planet, because I could not exist in shallow world energies that people create. So I have to get far away from. That's why, for example, I can't listen to 99 Cent Store music. that it's much more than going against my taste. 99 cent store music actually it has an energy in it, and the energy is that of extreme detachment, vanity, shallowness, and crudeness, and bleakness, kind of like a prison atmosphere to me. Like trailer bleakness, same as cigarette smoke and drug paraphernalia, and all of these things that I attribute as unclean. Those are all coping mechanisms. I'm not gonna point a finger and blame people. The people they wanna cope with things. They are desperately trying to patch up the pain that has been inflicted on them at an early age. We almost all people have. Almost all. Arjanov said it too. Almost all people are neurotic. Almost all people have been hurt. So the people who take offense to someone who is going for it, like myself, for example, showing you that you can break out of this cage that you have come to love. You can break out of that incredible petty and pitiful, and what Esther Hicks said, like a pittance, a pittance of existence, for example. Like why live with pittances if you go for it all. And Jiddu Krishnamurti called it when someone is worshipping celebrities, it could be worshipping, or it could be like a clenched anger where people try to sabotage these people. I've seen all of this happening also on YouTube, like what they're doing to Eric Jacobs, for example. It's this clenched admiration and hate. So jealousy, severe jealousy, where they have to sabotage someone all the time. It's like that's become their existence. They're stuck in a loop cycle of hate. I gotta charge my tablet up. So so that's what I mean. We can break out of this, out of that incredibly awful prison, mental prison that we're in. And I am doing it. I'm on the roll, trying to get out of that mental limitation that I had to live in because of I'll take this over to the light. Yeah, because of coping mechanisms, because of fear of how are they gonna react to me if I go for it? If I accept myself as a woman? How are they gonna react to me? How's my mother gonna react to this? And I tell you how she's gonna react to it. I'll give you some examples. I go with her to a furniture store. I was 18 or 19. I was supposed to get a new bed. I said, "Can I have the queen size?" And because I wanted more space, I wasn't even thinking about a lava or anything. And the first thing that comes out of her mouth is, "You just want a sex field, a sex playground." I was shocked about this. I didn't say anything. I was just shocked at that reaction. So, or yeah, when I'm a little heavier and a little more voluptuous, she will criticize that harshly, and always has, and will say very, very mean things to me. That it doesn't look good on me. I'm not designed to be fat, and I am supposed to be skinny and noble looking, whatever that is. And I have come to hate that concept. I've come to hate that this the noble, skinny woman, whether she's old or young. So whether she is in her fertility years or beyond, I do not like the skinny, okay? I like the chubby, old or young or middle. I like the chubby, and I like this going into in the flow with it. Look at Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor, as I mentioned many times, I see myself in her a whole lot. Not just looks wise, but my whole brain is like this. My soul, my astral body, my existence, the core of me, of my energetic existence is very, very similar to Elizabeth Taylor's. It has the same color of aura. It is a very dark purplish blue. So similar to Teal Swan, but Teal Swan's astral body color is even more pure, more almost like an artificial blue, like a stellar blue. Yeah. So very, very pure blue, deep blue. And Elizabeth Taylor's and mine is much more purple. And that's an energetic field of very deep insight into things, digging very deep, understanding things on a social level, on a global level, and psychologically. So we instinctively know that our actions have ripple effects. I don't know how far she was intellectually getting into this and aware, but definitely intuitively she was living that life. She was a giver, a complete giver with open hands. And because she loved herself and she was in tune. And when she got older, she was still loving herself. You see? This is what I'm talking about. She did not fall into that Hollywood trap of what's their names? I'm not going to name any names, but people who just have such a horrible time to accept their physical development, their unfolding into old age. And there's nothing wrong with taking a youth drug and putting yourself back to the level of biological age of 20. There's nothing wrong with it. But for those people who don't have access to it and just who are not doing it, it is, and it's also a lesson that we need to learn, for those who don't have access to it. This is a lesson here on this planet. And we're not only here for for being completely stuck on the spot. Okay, we're here to flow and learn and grow. Okay? And this aging process is a lesson. It is a teacher, a real hard teacher, but it is a teacher. And Elizabeth Taylor instinctively flowed with it completely. She rolled with it. She was it. She was that development. She was one with it. And she was able to laugh about herself. That's what I mean. When you are able to laugh about yourself, you do not take offense to my videos. So that's why I'm telling you, learn to laugh about yourself. Very, very, very important is this. This is life-savingly important for you. Trust me, believe me, it is the truth. Embrace yourself the way you are, okay? I don't think women are, women used to be thin, and former people and all in the past, like hunters and gatherers, used to be thin and all of this, and it was probably healthy. But they were often too thin, in my opinion, you know. So I don't think it is that healthy, actually. So some people think it is healthier. It's definitely healthier than being obese, that's for sure. But to be chubby is, in my opinion, it is the extra padding that got people through the winters. It is the padding that makes you more in the flow, that retains people's uh, lust and sexual activity. I know a rock climber woman in LA who was, I don't know how she is today, but at that time she was selling her house, and I loved her a lot. But I felt terribly sorry for her because she was a skeleton and she was trying to conceive, and she couldn't. Her body could not conceive, and that's because she was too thin. Yeah, so you cannot be too thin. You can't be also not distressed, this clinging to this body image of Calvin Klein, um, ethereal dead woman hanging over a public toilet or something, you know, in a very elegant underwear. So you know, it's this badass, what they think is, you know, I talked about this before, you know, this image of badass, me better than you. It's always this me better. This is a terrible, terrible state of mind. And Jiddu Krishnamurti talks about this all the time. This clinging to the measurement of you better than others. You on top. You have hidden yourself behind this, and you don't have to face reality. So it's that kind of stuff that is making people very, very sick and very mentally ill. It is the mental illness. So come out of this, dare to come out of it, do it in little increments. You can't do it all at once, but do it in little increments. The way you start is by looking at those people who are coming out of it, who are out of it, who are not in that clenching thing of measurement, of wanting to be better than others, of, well, most people have it going in one way or another. But look at those people who are not clenching to the thin fat. Look at those who are loosened up. Look at Elizabeth Taylor. Teal Swan is she's constantly working on herself, constantly. Trisha Paytas is in a flow also. She is open and willing to look at it. She is willing to look at it full force, and working through it, and open, and also able to laugh about herself. And those are characteristics that will keep you here on this planet for a long time, because those are the stress eliminating characteristics. That is the lifestyle of flow and no stress. Okay? And so I want to help with my videos, you know. I want to inspire. I also recording this for myself, for my own documentation of myself, so that I can see later on the exact developmental stages that I have gone through. And uh, what better way than to do it with YouTube videos, where you can see your haircut and your skin and the way your posture and the way you talk and how you present it and so on. And boy, have I gone through a transformation already. So, you know, and it would be nice, you know, if I could stay young, but if I don't, then this is part of the learning process. Then I have to embrace whatever comes, you know, whatever happens. I have to embrace it and flow with it. And I recommend this to other people so we can dissolve and deconstruct all the mental illness, the religion and the dogma and the social stigma and norms and clinging and so on. Become who you are. Okay, you guys take care. Bye bye.